I'm Vinita and today we are going to make plant-based mayo. There are a lot of people today choosing to go off dairy for various reasons. Some are lactose intolerant, some feel that they want to reduce their dairy intake or completely avoid it because of the cruelty towards the cows. What we'll be doing is creating the same mayo without having to use milk and still be able to enjoy your salads and burgers and all the other things which we are used to with mayo in it. So here are the ingredients for our plant-based mayo. We are going to be using silken tofu, but the texture and the consistency just doesn't come out right. If we are used to the store-bought mayo, you want to create as close to that texture and consistency as possible, and I feel silken tofu does that. For this mayo, I am using silken tofu, which you can easily buy at a supermarket near you. The next ingredient that we are using is mustard powder. Now this is organic mustard powder. If you don't have access to it or you don't want to go out and buy a whole packet of it, all you need to do is take the rye, your mustard seeds which are at home, and just grind them in a chutney grinder or a dry grinder, and you'll have your mustard powder ready. The next ingredient is salt. Instead of iodized salt, I highly recommend using rock salt or sea salt or even Himalayan pink salt because the properties are much better and they are not completely chemically based. The next ingredient is, for a slight tinge of sweetness which most mayos have, you could use something that is kakvi. Many of you wouldn't have heard of kakvi. It is easily available in most towns and villages. In a farmer's market you would find it. It's actually liquid jaggery and it's less refined than sugar, which is why I prefer to use it. If you don't have again access to buying this at a farmer's market, you can easily use brown sugar instead of kakvi. We next have garlic, which is an option. You don't have to use garlic, but it just gives an extra zing to the mayo. So if you like that, please add garlic. And of course the lemon juice, which will help to bring the tanginess in the mayo. If you have apple cider vinegar, which is organic, please use it, or you could use just plain old lemon juice. Okay, so this recipe is super easy. You will find it extremely easy to put this together. It's just one time blend, that's it. So we are going to add to the mixer first the silken tofu. What I have done is I have only taken half of the packet, which is about 175 grams. The reason is this stays very well in the fridge for about 7 to 10 days. So you may not consume a whole box of silken tofu. The mayo would probably go bad. So it's best to use half, and then depending on how often you use it, you can always make the whole pack. As you can see, this is quite nice and firm. Do not use the water which is there, just use the chunks. Now mustard and all these are actually based on your taste, so I am just going to use a half teaspoon of mustard. If you like it slightly more spicy, you can add a bit more. Salt again as per taste. The sweetener, also you can make it sweeter or less sweet or even omit it depending on your taste. I am just using half a teaspoon. Lemon juice or apple cider vinegar for the sour tangy taste. And lastly garlic, which is an optional ingredient. If you like a garlicky mayo, please do add garlic. And now we are just going to blend it together. So we finished blending and let's open up and see how our mayo looks. Okay, this is super creamy. I'm going to pour it out so you can check the consistency. I wish you were here to actually taste this. I'm going to do that in a bit. So if you see, this replicates the consistency of actual mayo very, very closely. If you saw this coming out of a blender, you would never believe it's not the one that you buy from a bottle in a store. The consistency is just the same. And I'm going to taste it now. It's spicy, it's tangy, and it's garlicky. So with this, you can make coleslaw, you can use it as a base in burgers, you can make salads. There's nothing basically that you need to now miss out on just because you don't have dairy-based mayo. Do try this recipe and write in with your comments. We'd love to hear how it turned out. For more such amazing plant-based recipes, log on to veganfirst.com. Hi, I'm Vinita and today we are going to learn how to make plant-based curd. So when I mean plant-based, it means without milk.